What's up, guys? Welcome to week 60 of my keto transformation. I'm Jess and you're watching Keto Rewind. First things first, if you're new here and you want to see videos like this about my keto journey and how I've lost 114 pounds over the past year, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on those notifications. This way you don't miss any videos. And when you hit that bell icon, select all notifications, and that for surely will allow you to get notifications every time I post something. The second thing, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a health coach, I'm not a healthcare professional. I'm speaking on behalf of my own experience, my own journey, rewinding my health from a morbidly obese weight to a healthy weight using a ketogenic lifestyle and lots of intermittent fasting. With all that being said, let's jump right into the week 60 update of my keto transformation. So I had a fantastic week. So I managed to lose 4 pounds this week. Today I weighed in at 195 pounds. 195, this girl, from 309 pounds down to 195. So what was different about last week versus any other week? I mean, I haven't pulled a 4 in a long time. I have not pulled a huge 4-pound loss on a scale. The success from my journey over the course of a year and a couple months has largely been because I keep changing things. I mean, I'm still consistent because I'm still keto, but my fasting schedule changes. The foods of the keto diet, I change. I'm constantly manipulating and finding what works for me. So, what's different? The only thing I changed between last week, or I should say 2 weeks ago and last week, is I implemented alternate day fasting. So, you may have heard of alternate day fasting, and that basically, what is alternate day fasting? Well, you fast on an X amount of days, you eat X amount of days, you fast on X amount of days, so you're alternating your fasting. Some days you're fasting, some days you're not. So when my dad and I are doing this together, we're using this time to come out of quarantine at our goal weights. And for him, he's not as close. He wants to just be 200 pounds by the time we get out of quarantine. So in a few minutes, I'm gonna insert a clip of me and my dad, and I'm gonna go into more detail about the alternate day fasting, but I'm gonna get to the rest of the update before I'm finished here. So being that it's a week 60 update, I haven't shared measurements in a long time. A lot of people are focusing on the scale. I wanna remind you to get out that soft tape measure and get those measurements going. When you start a ketogenic diet, maybe you're even hitting the reset button anytime. Take your measurements. It's not only about the scale. Sometimes you lose inches without it showing up on the scale. Very common. Research it, I promise you. So when I started on day 1 of my journey, I took 3 measurements. I wish at this point I would have done more, but at the time I really only cared about my hips, my waist, and my waist and my belly button. So when I started on day 1, my measurements of my hips, which is the fullest part of your hip, like fullest, and use that same marker every time. This way you know it's a good judge of loss or gain, I guess. My hips were 60 inches around. Today they are 43 inches around, which is a 17-inch loss off my hip. Wow, right? So the next measurement is my waist, and I consider my belly button or waist. Then there's also high waist, which is the smallest part of your waist. So my belly button or waist measurement, which is another good landmark, is you use your belly button mark because your belly button doesn't move. It's only going to get smaller or bigger, but it's going to be in that same spot. So it's another indicator of your success. So that was 54 inches when I started, and today it's 37 inches, which is another 17 inches off of my waist. And you can tell by my before photos, my weight was right here. And then the last measurement, my high waist, was 45 inches, which is the spot that it goes in the most, which is, you know, your high waist measurement. It's a little above your belly button on most ladies. That was 45 inches, and today it's 33 inches, which gives a 12 inches loss off my high waist for a grand total of 46 inches. I lost 46 inches just from my midsection. Incredible, right? So don't forget to take your measurements. You will be grateful that you did. No one will ever be upset that you took a measurement and watched your progress 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, a year down the line and see how far you've come. It's inspiring. So the next thing I want to talk about is what are we doing workout wise? Well, after watching a video by Thomas DeLauer, he's one of the I follow him a lot for inspiration. I can relate to him because he's lost over 100 pounds as well. He kind of takes the same approaches most of the time for me. So check him out if you are if you're new to keto. He's a great, more scientific approach, more expert approach. I'm just doing what works best for me and my channel. So he has the research that backs up stuff. So anyways, he suggested to do 100 push-ups a day. Basically every hour, drop and do 10 push-ups. You can modify your push-ups. You can do them any way you want, but I'm gonna do a whole workout video tomorrow of what I'm doing. But over the last week, this is what I did. I did 10 push-ups every hour, or a total of 100 push-ups a day. And I don't know if you can tell by my arms. My arms are showing, my arms and shoulders are showing the progress from all those push-ups. Push-ups are a whole body workout too. So it's working all of your muscle groups with one simple exercise. Another reason why I'm doing push-ups, I can't go to the gym, even though I desperately miss my gym, but it's not safe, it's closed, we're not allowed to, you know. So you've got to get the workout in somehow. You've got to relieve the stress. So the next part I'm going to insert here is me and my dad, and we're going to talk about what we did differently this past week to lose 4 pounds. Be right back. Okay, so I have Dad here, and we're going to talk about what we did last week. I've got a partner in crime for the next however long the quarantine lasts, and while we're doing this, while we're safe at home, I don't want to say stuck at home, while we're safe at home, we're going to make the most of it, and we're going to try this alternate day fasting out for the time being. And the goal here is to lose as much as possible while everything, all the outside influences are removed. So basically, just do this grind and pound every day and see where we're at. So at the end of this month, what are we in, April now? Mm-hmm. Time's flying by. At the end of this month, we'll give a 1 month update on our results. So basically, what is alternate day fasting? Instead of fasting the same time every day and having like a consistent schedule, alternate day fasting means you eat one day, you don't eat the next. Eat one day, don't eat the next. You can customize it for whatever works best for you. So if you want to eat 2 days, fast a day, eat 2 days, you know, that concept. So you tailor it to what works for you. And for us, last week, we did alternate day fasting where we did 2 days of the week. So we did Tuesday and Thursday, or is it Tuesday and Friday?
Wednesday and Friday.
Wednesday and Friday? Okay, so we fasted on Wednesday and we fasted on Friday. So that meant Tuesday night at around 7 to 8 o'clock, we stopped eating. That was the beginning of the window. Fast all night, all morning, all through Wednesday, and we didn't resume eating until Thursday at lunch. Ate normally for Thursday. Friday comes along.
So we didn't eat it all on Friday, and then on Saturday we ate lunch and dinner.
Yes.
And lunch and dinner on Sunday, because I put my foot down. We're not doing a weekend fast.
So that was 2 40-hour fasts within that week. That's the only difference we did to our eating schedule, our life, everything, just adjusted the fasting times. So I'm gonna let my dad give his 2 thoughts on that whole thing, and you know, you can add your 2 cents.
So on Tuesday I weighed 226, and on Saturday I weighed 221. So a 5-pound weight loss over the fasting time. Plus we stayed keto on the other 2 days.
And that's the beauty about the fasting. You don't have to there's a lot of people who do alternate day fasting who do not eat keto. So if you cannot eat keto right now for whatever the circumstance may be, know that that's an option. Personally, my choice, we've been able to get everything we need to stay on keto. I'm a die-hard ride or die keto girl, so I stay keto. But the main difference is you gotta do you, and you gotta do what works. If anything right now, at least just try fasting, even if you can't do keto. So I feel like I wasn't hungry during the week because we ate keto. Then the adding, like, it was technically in my head 1 day fasting, even though hourly wise you tacked on the night before and the morning after. But I wasn't hungry as if I was doing my normal fasting routine. So it switched it up for me, and I didn't feel hunger. Did you?
I didn't feel hunger. The first day I had a headache a little bit in the morning, and then the rest of the day I was fine. No hunger at all, but you certainly want to eat because you're used to eating every day.
That urge.
And you have a tremendous urge to eat. Plus, with our coworker
problem
being a problem,
the stress.
And there's a lot of boredom. Mm-hmm. And one thing to look forward to is the next time you eat. So having to do away with my one thing to look forward to made me have to refocus what I was doing. So working on the computer, and my taxes are done, and it's going great. Getting a lot done.
Productive. A lot of projects around the house.
A lot of projects.
So, and then being that we're doing this together, it also helps because when the rest of the family's eating, it's nice to have somebody else in the same boat with you. So having support right now, if you can get somebody in your family to do it with you, would be amazing. And so health beneficial. In addition to making your groceries for a family of 6 spread out further when you're taking 2 meals off every time you eat, for the course of 40 hours. So what did we miss? 4 meals about times 2. That's 8 meals that we still have in the pantry to extend the life of our groceries, to lessen the amount of times we have to go out to get more groceries. So there's a lot of amazing benefits to try this right now.
And if you had ever tried to convince me that fasting was a thing that I would look forward to doing, you would have been wrong. I would have never ever thought that fasting was for me. Mm-hmm. And after I did my first one and my second one, gosh, it's really easy. I'm not hungry, and it's got positive outcome. Yeah. Drink a lot of water because you'll be making a lot of bathroom visits to get rid of all that junk. But other than that, and we had time to make shirts.
Oh yeah, made some shirts. Getting all kinds of stuff done.
That's it.
So the last thing I want to ask, did you find that when you're hungry, do you keep getting hungrier, or does the hunger go away?
It comes during the day every once in a while, and I think it's triggered by it's your near
clock,
lunchtime.
Your internal clock.
You're thinking, gosh, it's almost time for lunch, and then you remember there's no lunch, so you have a little hunger. It doesn't get worse and worse. You get hungry for a few minutes, go have a coffee or a big glass of water, and you're not hungry anymore. And you can even sit with the rest of the family and drink your coffee, and it doesn't affect you watching them eat. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing at all.
Pretty crazy. It's worth a try.
Yep.
So, alrighty. Well, thanks, Dad. And what are you going to try to hit by the time we get out of here? By June 1st? Or actually, let's do it April. Let's just do April. What's your goal for this month?
Not to injure anyone in the family after being cooped up closely with them. That's my goal. But I'd sure like to be below 200. That would be...
In a month? The 20 pounds?
No, I don't. Not in a month. But by
so
the
we'll
time...
call 10 pounds?
10 pounds.
Actually, I'm doing 11. Do you want to do my 11 with me?
I'll do your 11.
We got 11-pound goal by April 30th. Can we do it? Comment below. All right, thanks, Dad. I will finish up with the rest of my videos.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, to summarize what we just talked about, the only change that we made between 2 weeks ago and last week was we changed our fasting schedule. We included 2 extended fasts in. So I wanted to give you a couple more details about alternate day fasting. For one, if you're new to fasting and you want to take something like this on, know that there are if you search alternate day fasting, you'll see lots of resources that pop up. From what I've read, you can ease into it, and on your fasting days, you can do up to 500 calories. Now that's if you're brand new and you gotta taper it down. With the ultimate goal, you make the whole day fasting. So that's one thing I want to point out. If it may seem scary, try it and just make that a goal to just lessen what you have until you can get through the whole day without eating. So the second thing is, like I said previously, you don't have to eat keto when you're fasting. The diet that you choose to live, breathe, eat with has nothing to do with fasting. So for me personally, I'm keto. It makes sense I do keto on my off days. Plus I love eating keto. If you can't do keto for whatever reason, don't sweat that. Just start doing the fasting, because doing something is better than nothing. Lastly, if you have, if you're not sure how, my exact schedule for the alternate day fasting my dad and I are gonna do is, I'm gonna post a screenshot right here. Every other week, we're either gonna do a 2-day fasting. Every other week, I'm gonna switch it. There'll either be Tuesday, Thursday fasting days, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday are my fasting days. We'll alternate weeks between a 2 extended fasts or a 3 extended fasts. So every other week, we're gonna switch it. So for the month of April, I've labeled eating days and I've labeled fasting days. So if you want to do this with me, use this plan and do it with me. And then also there's another app that I use. It's called Zero. It's just, I'm not affiliated in any way with Zero, but you can set up your fasts and you can time it. You can see how far you have to go. You know, it's got lots of great cool features and it's free. I use that, and when I start my fast, I hit go, and then, you know, I put however many hours I plan to do my fast, and then when I get down there, it's like a countdown. It's like, you know, I'm gonna do it, and it gives you that strength to just keep going. So that's the app, that's the schedule or the plan to lose my weight for the next month, and my personal goal is 11 pounds. I wanna be down to 188 by the end of this month. So who wants to do this with me? At the minimum, try it, just try it. What's the worst that can happen? You have nothing else to do right now. Try it. And lastly, I wanna give a huge shout out to all the medical workers, doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals that are on the front lines. I'm giving from the bottom of my heart a huge thank you for all that you do, the sacrifices that you do, and it is noticed by me, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of a lot of my Keto Rewind fans here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you with the next video. I've got lots of good stuff coming up this week. I discovered a new flour that's amazing, and I have lots of biscuit recipes and all kinds of stuff using this flour. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. And I also have lots of great recipes because I bought all that food in this video, whichever one is the cards. All of that food needs to get cooked, so I got lots and lots and lots of good recipes. And I'm going back to basics. When I started my channel, I started my channel with basically what I'm eating, how much I've lost, and getting it back to that. So I'm getting focused, and come along for the ride with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you at the next video. Please subscribe, give me a huge thumbs up, and I'll see you at the next one. I'm Jess, and you're watching Keto Rewind.